Why, hello everyone. Welcome to today's video. We're going to start off getting right into it. Put some lip balm on. This is the palette I'm using today. I clearly struggled a lot to get it open, but I finally did. So that's great. It's the Anastasia Norvina 2 palette. So yeah, it's my first time using it, so I wanted to do something fun with it. So just putting some tape on the corners, edges of my eyes, whatever, and I clearly messed it up quite a few times. So I had to do it until I was happy with it. And then I'm going in with some Milani eye primer just to prime my lids and rubbing that all over. Please excuse my nails in this video. Yeah, they're terrible. I got drunk on Canada Day and ruined half my hands, so that's great. So I start off showing you the shades in the palette, and I think I only do this once. So that is the shade A2 right there. And then the rest I'll just have to mention to you. So I just start off building that up in the crease, and I fast forward through this a little bit because it's really boring. And then I'm taking shade B3, which is like a greeny shade, and I'm building that up on the outer corners of my eyes on both sides, obviously, till I'm happy with that and trying to make them even, which is always fun. Yeah, and just blending my little life away. I'm then taking the shade E3, which is more like a jade. I don't know what you would call that. I'm really bad with color names, but so I'm just pointing out there that it looks kind of patchy, but it's just the corner of my, or the crease, sorry, of my eye, not that. I'm then taking the shade B4, which is like a darker blue, and I'm kind of making a rough wing. And then I'm taking the first brush I used to kind of just blend out any harsh lines. There's nothing else on that. And then this is just building up a couple of the colors I've used. You blend, you build, you blend, you build, and that's me thinking about it. I'm then going to go in with my L'Oreal Full Wear Concealer and cut my crease. I always do that little look around thingy. And yeah, just do painting all over. This I did kind of messy, but you really can't tell in the end. So that's what makeup's all about, you know? I'm just going to set that down with some powder so it doesn't crease while I do the other side. And then, whoa, Bob's your uncle. The other side is done. I'm then taking the shade A5, which is at the very top corner of the palette. It's this super pretty, I don't know, like teal. Is that a teal? I don't know. I'm just going to stop with the names because they clearly suck. But it's a really pretty blue, so I'm going to just put that all over the set concealer on my lids. All the way up to the crease. And yeah, oh, done on the other side too. Wow. And then I'm using the shade E1 again to blend the blue into the outer corners there. And then I'm going to go in with the shade B5 and kind of line my eyes. And then after I line it with B5, I'm going to take B4 on the outside of that eyeliner just to define it even more. And then just more blending and more blending. So now I'm taking one of these Fenty Beauty I think they're like the eyeliners. I don't know. They come in like a trio. So I have the one with like the pink, the yellow, and the white. I've used them before, and I'm just going to kind of draw out my cut crease, I guess. And this I did really sloppy too. So you will see that I go back in and I fix it. I pick up the blue on a kind of pencil brush there, and I go and I clean up the outside and I thicken it. And I surprisingly didn't have too hard of a time making it somewhat even, but I noticed after I finished that on my left eye, I think, I went a little bit lower, so it is what it is. So I'm then taking the shade B2, which is kind of a more bluey purple, and I'm using that to blend the blues with the greens, and that was my crazy mascara face I had there. So I did my mascara, popped on some lashes, and now we are ready to do the face. So I'm starting off with this Hard Candy Gripping Primer. I heard that this was a dupe to the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and I haven't tried that, so let me know if you think so, but it feels really nice. Obviously, I'm enjoying that. So and it leaves you with like a tacky finish, so that's great for your foundation, which is the next step. So I'm using my L'Oreal Full Wear or Fresh Wear, yeah, something like that, foundation, and I dropped a nice amount on my shirt there, which is where the RBF came from. So yeah, we're just gonna blend that in. And I also realized that this is just a tad too light for me, I think, but I think I kind of fixed it with bronzer, and I'll just use a darker shade next time, so whatever. And then I'm taking my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer and placing that on, and I'm just letting that set down a little bit because I find it gives a bit fuller coverage, bit more full coverage, something like that, whatever. And then I'm using my Benefit Give Me brow gel while I let that set down, and then going back in with my sponge to blend it all out. So I'm then taking my e.l.f. Halo Glow powder and just putting a bit of that on my damp sponge and setting my under eyes. Next, I'm taking my Sexy Mama breast powder and setting the rest of my face. So now that my under eye concealer is done and set, I'm going to take the shade B2 and C3, and I'm going to line my under eyes. And I totally forgot to do bottom mascara, lower lash mascara. So forgive me for that, but yeah, I completely messed that up. So that's great. I'm then taking a little bit of the highlighter that I'm going to use on my face, which is the Fenty Beauty Diamond Milk Highlighter. I love using this when I use kind of creative looks because it's pretty much just glitter, so it's just really fun. And then this is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. I absolutely love this stuff. I went pretty heavy with the blush and bronzer today, but my foundation was light anyways, so I think it'll be okay. Bronzing of the cheekbones, the forehead, the jawline, my nose a little bit. Then taking this Almay, I think they're called the Healthy Hue blushes, and I think this one is in Nearly Nude. It's the nude color at least, and I am freaking obsessed with these. This is like my favorite powder blush at the moment, and I definitely went really heavy on this. So little pro tip is if you ever go kind of blush or bronzer heavy, just use whatever sponge or brush you used and kind of for your foundation and kind of just dab it out. So I'm just kind of chilling out that blush, and then I go back and put more blush on and do that a couple times. So you can never have enough, I guess. And then I'm going to take that highlighter I used on my eyes again, the Diamond Milk, and I really prefer to use this with my fingers on my face. And it doesn't show up that great on camera, but in person, and especially in the sunlight, it looks so freaking pretty. So love that. And I just got the mini size because honestly, I'm never going to go through it. So then I'm going in with my lip gloss. I use the Milani, I don't know what they're called, but it's in Teen Spirit, and setting my face there. And I wish that I removed the foundation off my lips before I put the lip gloss on, but you know, what can you do? It all worked out. So this is the finished look, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.